International Trade, Saudi Arabia, by Eula Armstrong. Introduction to Saudi Arabia. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is a country located in the Middle East. Its capital is Riyadh, and its estimated population is said to be 35,841,000, with its spoken language being Arabic. Its form of government is known as a monarchy, and its current ruling king is King Salman. An interesting fact about Saudi Arabia is that it was named after the Saud family, whose members became Saudi Arabian royalty and also known as the Saudi Arabian royal family. Another interesting fact is that it only began to take on characteristics of a modern country in the early 20th century. Globalization Part 1. The Did You Know 2021 video provided to us in our course module gave me vital insights that really changed my view of all the extensive ways in which technology affects our daily lives and how much we really do utilize it. The statistics from this video revealed to me that over 100 billion messages are sent daily. This accounts for the globalization that allows individuals to communicate with their families from different ends of the world. I particularly have knowledge in this, as my family lives all the way across the world in Scotland. So without technology, I would not be able to call them, text them, or easily be able to communicate with them daily. The definition of globalization is the processes by which businesses are able to develop international influence and start operating on an international scale. It entails disseminating information and job opportunities, as well as technology across both nations and cultures. Technological advancements and the emergence of Google and smartphones have truly fostered globalization by facilitating equal access to information using social media platforms. An example of this would be how content shared to English citizens can also be viewed by Australian citizens, such as ads, personal posts, or videos shared by anyone on the internet of anywhere in the whole wide world. Globalization Part 2. Over the last 30 years, the global economy has seen some quite significant shifts. The United States and Japan, which once held the top positions as the largest economies in the 1990s, have really been affected. For example, Japan was displaced by China, while the United States has maintained its position as one of the top 3 economies in the world. A few factors that contribute to the shift in global economic factors would be technology, post-war reconstruction, and independence. Both trade and investment barriers have followed suit, with exponential changes over the last 30 years. These changes account for the policy reforms to take down trade and investment barriers. Both positive and negative impacts have been seen from these shifts. One negative impact has been the decline of the United States' dominance, whereas a positive impact has been China, Indonesia, and India's integral roles in world economies. An additional positive impact has been seen by Hong Kong. Similar to North America, which has managed to retain its position in the world economy despite the competition it has faced. National differences in political, economic, and legal systems. Each different nation across the world engages in different economic, political, and legal systems. In this discussion in particular, I focused on Saudi Arabia, which gave me a quite unique perspective on all the differences that it has. Following its independence in 1932, Saudi Arabia engaged in a monarchical political system, with King Abdul Aziz bin Abdul Rahman at its head. In addition, Saudi Arabia possesses vast oil reserves. These reserves account for vital economic resources and have truly helped Saudi Arabia drive its growth. The current king of Saudi Arabia is Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. He has served as king since 2015 and is the commander-in-chief and in charge of all three branches of the government. National differences in political, economic, and legal systems. Part 2. A free market system is employed in Saudi Arabia. This system fosters financial, industrial, and trade growth. All of these contribute to oil production, petroleum refining, aircraft repair, and petrochemical production. By employing a free market system, it also promoted the growth of the private sector in Saudi Arabia. This contributed to 48% of the GDP. Another way in which the free market system has aided Saudi Arabia's growth has been its account for exponential growth into the largest producer and exporter of petroleum and the increase in nominal GDP from $189 million to $686 million as of 2018. All of the points and aspects stated rationalize and truly showed that a free market system promotes exponential economic growth instead of state-run economies. National differences in political, economic, and legal systems. Part 3. A significant barrier to economic growth is corruption. Corruption reduces a country's prosperity. This is significantly evident when compared to countries that employ policies that deter corruption entirely. Another way in which corruption affects countries is its negative impact on emerging and developing markets. Countries like Australia, Canada, and Western Europe have developed economies which justify their low corruption levels. Countries such as Pakistan view corruption as loyalty to family over an institution. This is accounted for by its both cultural and social constructions. Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index indicates that Saudi Arabia ranks 52nd. This is due to its efforts to reduce corruption, such as its strict anti-bribery laws that extend to both the private sector as well. Overall, Saudi Arabia's positive economic growth is as a result of its free market system and anti-corruption committee, promoting integrity and combating corruption. National trade theory. National trade theory suggests that international trade patterns of significant industries are affected by economies of scale. An example of this would be specialization in specific industries, which leads to promotion of operation at economies of scale. Porter's diamond theory of national advantage explains the factors that can drive competitive advantage for one national market or economy over another. It facilitates the definition of Saudi Arabia's competitive advantage in the pharmaceutical industry, as it enables focus on available resources. Pharmaceutical industries are the wealthiest in the Middle East and Northern Africa. This accounts for why Saudi Arabia decided to focus on becoming a regional leader in life sciences, particularly in the pharmaceutical industry. Porter's model gives us a clear understanding of the competitiveness of Saudi Arabia in the pharmaceutical industry, focusing particularly on the industry structure and providing an insight into Saudi Arabia's domination over the Arabia Gulf market. National trade theory continued. Michael Porter argues that factor endowments are accessible by any country. This is because, according to his theory, factoring conditions can be created, including technological innovation, skilled labor, and infrastructure development. Two ways in which Saudi Arabia provides factor endowments are by prioritizing job opportunities and economic diversification. Therefore, investing in skilled labor and technological innovation enables it to reinforce its competitive edge in the pharmaceutical industry. By using Porter's insights in regards to supporting related industries, Saudi Arabia focuses on the biotechnology industry in order to boost job opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry. In addition, drawing from Porter's theory regarding demand conditions, Saudi Arabia uses an external demand for the pharmaceutical packaging industry due to the growing demand for drugs and the increasing population of the country. National trade theory continued. Another thing that Porter's theory highlights is firm strategy. This indicates that Saudi Arabia's pharmaceutical industry has strong resistance to new individuals in the industry due to increased market power of its key players. Another factor Porter's model includes is government regulation. Saudi Arabia Pharmaceutical sources their control from the government and private sector. They involve statutory agencies such as the Saudi Food and Drug Market and its Ministry of Health to regulate the industry. Based on my previous point, the government should foster innovation systems to motivate large-scale knowledge development and monitor drug production to maintain medical safety requirements. Considering the dominance Saudi Arabia has over the Arabian Gulf market, it would be beneficial to focus their efforts on the pharmaceutical industry to enhance their national competitive advantage. Government policy and international trade. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is considered a separate legal entity and is subject to legal actions such as lawsuits from other countries. Saudi Arabia maintains the right to sue other countries with the aid of the World Trade Organization. This organization enforces trade rules between countries. The points listed above account for Saudi Arabia's lawsuit against the European Union for the compromising provisional anti-dumping duties for Saudi Arabia's monoethylene glycol, claiming that it contradicted legislation. In a similar lawsuit, the Qatari government sued Saudi Arabia due to bilateral trade and intellectual property rights conflicts. Qatar claimed that Saudi Arabia violated the trade agreement involving the World Trade Organization's dispute settlement body. It is the job of the World Trade Organization to ensure that country relationships such as Saudi Arabia versus Qatar and the European Union versus Saudi Arabia are streamlined by mediating conflicts and ensuring justice prevails. Government policy and international trade, Part 2. One of the main goals of the World Trade Organization is to facilitate the negotiation of forums for conflicting countries in order to restore peaceful trading. The World Trade Organization also administers trade agreements, supports warning nations, and offers technical support. Countries who are members of the World Trade Organization use their services as a neutral arbitrator that promotes transparency in intergovernmental trades, oversees trade deals, and ensures justice. However, the World Trade Organization does still face limitations, such as difficulty convincing member countries to lift tariffs and duties during negotiations, and difficulty promoting free trade in geopolitically warring countries, for instance, in the US and Russia during the current Ukrainian war. The organization also engages in lengthy and taxing bureaucracy that involves reviewing multiple legal texts regarding the trading activities of impeding trade. A downfall of the World Trade Organization is its slow conflict resolution. For instance, the progression of the Saudi Arabian-Qatar conflict resulted in a second lawsuit by Qatar. Current international business article. From my research, I have learned that countries form trade ties based on how it impacts their relationship with other nations, due to the fact that some nations have more power than others. As a result of this, some concerns were raised about how Saudi Arabia's decision to accept trade affiliation with China would impact the current world order, and also Saudi Arabia's relationship with both China and the United States. Thanks to globalization, The development of a unified global economy where individuals from different geographic locations can connect and exchange goods and services has been promoted. Therefore, it is evident that globalization accounts for China and Saudi Arabia's affiliation to facilitate the co-processing of oil between the two countries, as a result of China purchasing a quarter of Saudi Arabia's oil. Current International Business Article, Part 2. China's aim has always been to have the Chinese yuan play a more significant role in the global economy. This is clearly shown by its persistence in paying for Saudi Arabia's oil in the Chinese yuan. In addition, my sources revealed that Saudi Arabia did entertain payment in the Chinese yuan, solely due to the United States' reluctance to intervene in the Yemen civil war, which impacts its economy. As a direct result of this, the China-Saudi Arabia affiliation has strengthened with significant growth in trade, from $4 billion to almost $73 billion by 2012. Agreements such as the one listed above have had a significant influence on the dominance of the United States dollar in the petroleum industry. The support of the Chinese yuan from the most significant global oil producer has further diluted the United States' dominance in the Arabian Gulf region. Monetary policy and global marketing. Saudi Arabia engages in a monetary authority to implement its monetary policy. This sustains the rial-dollar exchange rate, reflecting the stability of the exchange rates in the country. Rial is the name of the Saudi Arabian currency and is currently valued at $3.75 per US dollar. Saudi Arabia is able to buy and sell currency at a fixed exchange rate to enhance value, mitigate inflation, and attract foreign investors as a result of the employment of a fixed exchange rate system. Depreciation, effect on the price elasticity of demand, and effect in trade by reducing import would all be ways in which changes in the exchange rate would negatively impact Saudi Arabia's economy. In addition, maintaining stable exchange rates would in turn stabilize the price for goods. Monetary Policy and Global Marketing, Part 2. In this section of the discussion, I wanted to focus on marketing strategy. I chose a specific product to be distributed in Saudi Arabia, which was pharmaceutical products. This includes drugs and medicine. The pharmaceutical products were used to treat and provide medication to patients, including both children and adults with varying health needs. Specific features of this product will be various quality, quantity, color, size, packaging, and price needs, all to match the individual customer. The entry mode of this product will entail importing goods from the United States to Saudi Arabia via air, leveraging smart logistics and affiliations with accredited retailers and wholesalers. Saudi Arabia's investment in infrastructure supply chain and logistics for goods promotes domestic and international trade due to the channel quality. Time for entry for my product will be leveraged on extensive market research to ensure informed decision-making. Not holding back on its cost and time consumption, market research will facilitate risk evasion. Monetary Policy and Global Marketing, Part 3. The target market for my pharmaceutical products is wholesalers and accredited retailers, due to the fact that they have insights and access to customers, and therefore have a great understanding in the country's supply chain. The main sociocultural trait of my pharmaceutical product entails promoting healthcare within families and communities. However, it will be challenging to introduce new products due to the limited market acceptance. The market in Saudi Arabia tends to be quite an exclusive market. All of my pharmaceutical products will undergo repackaging and labeling to enhance the marketability by reconciling the Saudi Arabian market standards. Lastly, ensuring the information about the products is in English and Arabic will hopefully facilitate product engagement and ensure the products are culturally responsive and received well. Citations. The following 4 slides include all information on my citations that were used not only for my discussions and essays, but also for this project. The citations are listed in MLA format and are in alphabetical order. Please take a minute to review the citations.